Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And this is a 2008 Chevrolet HHR. In this video, I will demonstrate how to perform an ignition system troubleshooting. To understand the concept of how a spark plug gets sparked, we're gonna go and look at a 2 and a 3 wire coil over plug systems. On a 2-wire COP, power flows from the battery to a primary winding and gradually flows to a transistor that leads to a ground. While at it, it also gives a little bit of current to a microprocessor, and a magnetic field gets built up in a laminated iron core, and when that transistor opens, the field will disperse and the thousands of volts that were built up have been given to the spark plug to create spark. On a 3-wire COP, it's the same process as a 2-wire, but with more components. Few differences are a transistor near the coil and a resistor in the PCM. Spark plug terminology is simply sparking the electrical current from the ignition system to the combustion chamber for the compression stroke. When making GATs with these spark plugs, especially with a wire gap gauge, it's basically sliding and snugging the wire of a certain size to the electrode and ground strap, and if necessary, pry the plug with the hooks to increase the gap of what you're looking for. Shown on an engine performance diagram of the HHR, these are what the coils look like. All of the wires in all 4 coils are the same color except for the signal wire being multicolor. A 10 amp fuse is what is used to power the coils, which is the same fuse that is used to power the fuel injectors. All of the coils are grounded in the right rear of the engine block, and all of the feedback and signal wires are traced back into the ECM. Performing a voltage check test on a coil is to be done for the purpose of checking its voltage inside with the key on and engine off. Along with a digital multimeter set to volts and testing leads, place the leads to the right respective positive and negative pins and measure the voltage with the key on and engine off. Checking the ground path of the coil is basically the same thing as checking for voltage of the coil, but you'll have to set the multimeter into ohms and use a pin on the black wire. Why do this step? Again, like checking for voltage, it's necessary to check the current that flows inside the ground. Spark testing is a type of test that checks the current that goes through the coils to the spark plug, which provides it to make a spark. With the use of a spark tester, unbolt the coil and place the spark tester in the hole where the ordinary spark plug would go. Then you will use a clamp that comes with the spark tester and clamp it into a ground that will still be in reach with the coil. After that, all you do is just turn on the engine and watch all the lightning that's sparking. Using an oscilloscope is a great way to track the spark movement digitally to see how the spark plug is performing inside in action. As we're speaking, what is being shown on the video right now is how you can set up the oscilloscope in lab scope. Once it's set on the channel that is going to be transmitted, turn over the engine and look at the movements being shown. You can also set the voltage and amount of milliseconds to your preference just to see how the movements are in different times. Anyways, that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed and I hope to help you out, and have a nice day or evening.